ever feel overwhelmed with the information out there on HPV and wonder how it applies to you? You know there's a way on how to heal your HPV naturally, but you're curious, right? Well, today I'm going to share how to heal your HPV naturally. First, I'm going to share my own journey with HPV. What is HPV? How to deal with an HPV diagnosis? What are the most common HPV symptoms in women? And of course, how to begin healing your HPV. Teaser alert. Make sure you stay until the end because I have a little something for you that will really help you in beginning your healing journey. I'm Shay. I'm a hormone and a life coach. I simplify menstrual and hormonal health for women so that they have happy ovaries, increased energy, and a thriving life. Okay, I know what you're thinking now. I absolutely have to subscribe to her channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and then turn on that little notification bell so that you know when my weekly videos come out. Okay, let's dive in. I want to share my own journey with healing HPV naturally. I remember being in college and getting diagnosed and feeling so scared and embarrassed. The doctor said it was common and that it would heal on its own, but I remember leaving that doctor's office with a lot of my questions still unanswered. Well, flash forward 5 years later, I was still getting positive HPV tests, having abnormal PAPs, and now I've been diagnosed with what is called SIN2 grade cells on my cervix. Long story short, I was at high risk for cervical cancer, and so the best thing for me would to be having a hysterectomy. If I were to have a hysterectomy, they would have needed to remove my cervix and I wouldn't have been able to carry my own children. I remember going to the bottom floor of the garage in that hospital after hearing the news of my hysterectomy, bawling my eyes out, trying to call my mom, trying to call one of my best friends because I was faced with a really big decision. And I was sitting there in my little red Mazda named Hedwig and just like, this is not how my story goes. So instead, I took matters into my own hands. I made a complete 180 on my hormonal health, which really led me down the path of becoming a certified holistic health coach specializing in fertility and hormones. I'm also now nearly 2 years HPV free, and it's so awesome every time to go back to that doctor's office and get that test and have my doctor be like, yes, we have another negative test, and my body just continues to heal and I continue to freaking thrive, and that's what I want for you. Now, I really love to hear other people's stories when it comes to their own HPV journey, their own cycle journey. So if you don't yet, make sure you follow me on Instagram and make sure to share that story with me. Let me know what's going on and know that I'm here for you and you're not alone. Before I share how to heal HPV naturally in women, let's talk about what HPV is and what are the common symptoms of HPV in women. HPV is short for human papillomavirus, and it affects nearly 79 million people, and it most commonly affects women. The most common symptoms are genital warts. I know, a little awkward turtle and not the most fun, but to be honest, that is the most notable symptom. Unfortunately, there aren't many symptoms that show up when there is an HPV diagnosis. That's why it's so imperative that you make sure you're going to see the doctor every single year and receiving that test so that you can make sure for the long-term health and your goals that you know what's going on. Now, I know seeing the lady doctor isn't always the most fun, so tell me down below, do you prefer a lady doctor or do you prefer a male doctor? Personally, I prefer a woman. Now that you know what HPV is and what are the common symptoms of HPV in women, here are my top 3 ways to begin healing HPV naturally. First, ditch the pill or the IUD. Birth control affects your hormones in so many different crazy ways. For example, it really messes up the gut microbiome and it really numbs your emotional body. I remember coming off of birth control and being like, wow, I never knew that I could feel this way, and then seeing my cycle regulate. I also had really severe cystic acne while I was on the pill that developed later in life. And although they don't speak about it all the time, there's a lot of unexplained health problems out there. And if you're curious to learn more about how birth control affects your bodies, know that I am creating a video just for you, so keep your eyes peeled for it so that you can tune in and learn a little bit more in this department. My second tip, clean up your diet. I know. It's an eye roll statement, but your nutrition is so imperative to help your body fight the virus off. Some of my favorite things that I like to teach my clients is cycle sync your food, meaning in the first half of your cycle, eat more of those lighter, fresh, vibrant fruits and vegetables because your metabolism will thank you. As you get closer to your period in that second half of your cycle, make sure that you're eating more fiber-dense vegetables and you're really adding maybe some seaweed veggies in and some complex carbs and healthy fats. This is really going to help your body so that it can help fight off the virus. And last, and my personal favorite, is connecting to your womb space. Now hold up, I know what you're thinking, womb space. Okay, let me give you an analogy so you understand what I'm about to say. Think of when you have a broken heart, right? So your heart really hurts. You can't see it on a tangible level, but you know energetically that it feels like your heart has broken in half whenever something has happened. Prime example, a really rough breakup. And through that breakup, you know that you need to heal your heart. So you start to tune into what your feelings are, what's happening here in your chest. You let yourself cry, you let yourself wallow, and you really start to give yourself a little bit more self-love, right? And through giving yourself that self-love, you start to notice that your heart begins to heal. Well, it's the same thing with your womb space. If you're not paying attention to your womb space and there's stuff that's going on hormonally, and if you're diagnosed with HPV, of course, healing yourself naturally means allowing this new energetic part of your healing to happen. I know what you might be thinking, Shay, what are you even talking about? Let me save you some time when it comes to the energetic portion of this. My HPV diagnosis almost led to the chance of me not being able to carry my own child. I was really disconnected from my body. I never paid attention to my womb space at all. I often wanted to skip my periods, and until someone was like, hey, have you ever thought of connecting to your body? This light bulb go off in my brain, and I was like, maybe I should do that. So connecting back to my body and connecting to my womb space specifically really allowed me to create the deepest relationship I've ever had with my body and begin that healing process. It was the best piece of advice that I had ever been offered, to be honest. And now a lot of my clients, after doing this exercise, are like, wow, I really can't wait to have my period. Kind of crazy, right? Trust me when I say that it's simple and effective. And if you're curious on how to begin this practice, check out my video on womb connection that will be coming out very soon. Reminder to have those notifications on so that you know when that video comes out. I will also be sending out a freebie guide. So connect with me on Instagram and send me your email so that I know you want this. Now that you know what HPV is, what are the most common symptoms of HPV in women, and how to heal your HPV naturally, let me know, how helpful was this for you? Shoot me your favorite emoji down below, give me a comment, what was your biggest takeaway? In the meantime, know that I'm working on so many more fun videos to help you on your journey and connect back to your body. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and check out all the other fun videos that I have. And if you haven't, I also have a talk show, so be sure to check that one out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for tuning in.